Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Glad that you could join me. Today I am just practicing some lentil beads, swirled lentil beads. These were the first ones that I did, and the ones in the video before was the second attempt that I did with them. And I've just got some different colored Polymer Clay here. And I was trying to decide on, which colors I wanted and everything. So I chose these and went with it. And my plan was to chop them up really fine. And I thought that would give me better detail. I think next time I'm not going to chop them up as fine. That way I get kind of like some bigger blotches of color in there, if that makes any sense. So yeah, just mix all of it up. Chop it as fine or as chunky as you want. And then I just broke apart some of the white because it looked like there was a bunch of white in one spot. So I wanted to break it up so that I had it, distributed throughout. And then I just squished it all together, rolled it out into a log, and then cut the log and attempted to make the swirled lentil bead. I have watched many videos on it. I have taken in all the tips and tricks. And it is just something that is going to take a lot of practice for you to actually be able to do it by hand without any help. I tried it and was not happy. I put a piece of tape down here because I thought that would do better than the paper, but I ended up just putting it glass on glass. So how I'm doing it right here, where you just hold something on top and swirl it, yeah, no. It did not work for me. I was very frustrated. I tried to hold it to where, it's not very good. I tried to hold it with my tips of my fingers on the table, so I had the piece of glass on top of it kind of level as I could get it, and swirl it and everything, and it didn't work. I know it's going to take more practice. I didn't have the patience for it. So what I ended up doing was making me it's not a depth guide, it's just cardboard stacked up to where it's enough that it touches the top, but not so much that it's, squishing it completely down or too far down. I did not measure, I did not think too hard about it. I just grabbed cardboard, cut it, layered it, glued it, and tried it, and it worked. So if you want to make lentil beads and you are struggling like I was, try the cardboard trick. If you need it higher or lower, you could get some thinner pieces of cardboard. You could probably use popsicle sticks to go higher, just a little bit higher if you need to, or you can cut thin cardboard. Because doing it like this, I don't know why I couldn't get it, but I could not do it. So yeah. I could get the bicone shape, but it seemed like it would go oval and then it would go back round, and I know it's because you have to have the angle and the pressure and all that correct. So yeah, it was very difficult for me. So I highly advise to try the cardboard that I do here in a minute and do it that way, because they turned out a million times better once I did that. I really wish I would not have put holes in them. When I do it next time, I definitely will not, because it distorted the side of the bead where the hole is just too much, and I didn't like it. I also probably won't use a toothpick. I might use something smaller or just drill it after it's baked. I did the holes in these, and then the rest of them that I made, I didn't put holes in at all. I took some screw eye pins after they were baked and put them in the top, and so that they could, have something like a bell, or not a bell, but you would be able to hang them from something. You're not going to be able to string them, but the clay cracked on me here when I was putting the toothpick through to get the hole. And I think it's because I didn't condition the clay really well beforehand. I really just assumed that me squishing it and rolling it and manipulating it that way would be enough, but apparently not. So next time, I'm going to condition each bit of colored, or each color, I'm going to condition all the clay before I start mashing it together and using it. Just, you know, more than what I did this time, because I wasn't happy that it cracked. Now, after they were baked, they were fine. And of course, I had to try to make a Natasha bead out of these colors. I actually was not very happy with it. In the past, I have made quite a few Natasha beads and loved every single one of them. But this one, I don't know if I just didn't mix the clay up as much. I mean, I swirled it. I thought I swirled it enough. Maybe it needed more or less. I don't know. I just was not 100% happy with how this one turned out. And then I take my bead and I go down as quick as I can. As quick as I can. Just one swipe and you're done. Because if you go slow, you're likely going to squish the clay down with the blade. So I put it on top, lined up where I want it, and then just press down really quick. And it works. It works well. And I wasn't happy with that one, so I was gonna form that one again and cut it. And it turned out okay. Still wasn't 100% happy with it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've done so many, and I was really loving the lentil beads, and I'm kind of obsessed with them now. But it was time consuming, I'll say that. And it will be very time consuming for me to learn how to do it without help. But that's going to come in time. So for now, I'm just going to use the cardboard. I'm really mad at myself because I did not line this up as well as I wanted to. I'm very meticulous and want everything to be lined up perfectly when I do Natasha beads, because if it's not, it aggravates the heck out of me. I cannot stand it. And I cannot stand watching people I can't stand watching people make Natasha beads and they don't have any care in the world of if it's lined up or not. Oh my god, it bothers me so bad. And so that's probably another reason I don't like this as much as I should, is because it's not perfectly lined up. And I'm a perfectionist, and it just, I don't know. I don't like it as much as I should, I guess. Or as much as I could have if I would have done it better. Maybe me trying to burnish it with the paper is what really offset the pattern, because I thought I had it lined up pretty well in the beginning. Apparently not. So just taking the leftovers that I had from cutting the edges of the Natasha bead to make another lentil bead. And you see, I was struggling. So this is where I come up with cardboard, glass on glass. And oh my god, it is so simple and so easy and so satisfying to be able to do this. And it come out perfect. I recommend using glass and glass. I was looking for my acrylic block and I could not find it, but afterwards I did find it. And so I had gotten a CD case to use, but I don't recommend doing that because you'll find yourself pushing down in the middle of it and you'll push down on the bead unevenly. So I'm not pushing down any, I'm not holding it any. All I'm doing is just swirling it in a circle till I'm happy. The bigger the swirls, the more of a bicone shape you're going to have. The smaller the swirls, the less of a bicone shape you're going to have. I just removed those so that I could flatten it out. And that one is much better than the other ones. So what I did is I took the other ones and formed them back into a ball and redid those with my guide also. I'm taking just a piece of, I really don't know what the gauge is, but it is pretty thin to put the hole in there. I thought that would work, but it didn't. I might have been able to get fishing line through it. So I didn't want a chance making this bead as pretty as it was and then not being able to string it on anything. And like I said, I hear I'm trying to fix the sides because it just pushed them in too much. I'm pretty sure if you let them sit for a while and then tried to do that, it would work much better and it wouldn't give as much. But I was too impatient. And I learned my lesson, so next time, if I want to put the holes in beforehand, I will definitely let them sit. And again, just using the guides, swirling it until you're happy, and then you flatten it out. And this is one of my favorites. And I think it's because I twisted the cane and swirled it really well. And so you have all of the colors, you know, blended, or not blended, but swirling in together. I really like that one. And there's one that has more white on it in one spot, and that's what I was talking about, doing chunkier bits. This is the one. I reformed this one and did it, and this is my top favorite because of that big piece of, or big area of white on it. That, I love that so much. So what all I did, formed it back into a ball, swirled it, and flattened it. So try it out. Let me know in the comments if it worked out for you. And thank y'all for watching. I guess I will see y'all in the next one.